Hi, my name is Maddie and welcome to my channel. For those of you who are not here because they're my friends, I started this YouTube channel because when we were all stuck in quarantine because of the coronavirus situation, I can talk about books to my friends, which is what I like to do, so I decided to make some videos to send to them, and then it kind of spiraled into what this is now. I know it's been a while since I uploaded, which is because I was finishing my thesis, which is now done. I'm officially done with the university. I got my bachelor degree in history and psychology, and I'm now waiting to see what's going to happen after this summer. But in the meantime, I wanted to get back into doing this because I quite enjoy it. I hope my friends enjoy it. But yeah, this is me reorganizing my bookshelves because I just moved back from campus to my parents' house, which meant I brought a lot of books back, which meant they didn't fit anymore. So this is my reorganized shelves, and this video is me organizing those shelves and getting rid of some books. I still need to figure out what I want to do with the books I got rid of, but they're mostly Dutch. Anyway. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. Also, disclaimer, I filmed some of this in landscape mode and some of this in portrait mode, so if you like the weird switchy thing, my apologies. It's been a busy couple weeks, and I still really wanted to get this up because I love talking about all the books I own. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I am sorting out my bookshelves because I just moved back from university to my parents' house, and turns out I have a lot of books. Surprise, surprise. But I figured I'd take you guys along with me. Also, excuse the mess in my room. Like I said, I just moved back. So these two piles are like little literature type stuff that doesn't really have a category. So like Jane Austen's in there and like the Iliad and all that stuff. And then over here we have all my history and historical fiction books, both Dutch and English. And then all of this is all books that I need to sort out. It's a mix of YA, fantasy, children's like middle grade books that I all need to sort out. And then this pile over here is the stuff that I'm gonna donate or sell or get rid of. And there's probably some more stuff from here joining because I really do have too many books. So I have to double stack my books because they don't fit otherwise. So what this shelf is mostly like the pile of like fiction, stuff that I didn't really have a specific category for, plus some like leftover historical fiction to fill out the spaces. I know some people probably don't really agree with my way of stacking shelves, but because there's such a big lack of space, I have to do it this way. And I also just, apart from category, I do it alphabetically, so that I roughly can find stuff. But yeah, this is shelf 1. So, second shelf right here, also double stacked as you can see, is all historical fiction. Includes like more romantic magic key novels like Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield, but also like hardcore historical fiction like Wolf Hall, Everything by Philip Gregory, Poldark, Ken Follett. This wonderful Dutch trilogy that I highly recommend to anyone that speaks Dutch. It's about the time of Oscar Wilde. So yeah, that's really good. It's like technically listed as young adult, I believe, but I don't see necessarily any young adult characteristics in here. And then here's all my mostly history books, like plus my Outlander stuff because it didn't fit on the lower shelf anymore. This is arguably the book I'm most proud of. Is the beautiful version of Irish fairy and folk tales, the history of the Netherlands, history of philosophy, Catherine the Great, Berlin, America, Eastern Europe, and a bunch of letters. And then behind here, there are some of my old school books as well. So next, like entire case. So these are all my Cassandra Clare stuff. There's a little gap here, but I might actually buy myself the sequel to Lady Midnight, which I still haven't read. I kind of fell out of it, but I might actually get back to it in a bit, so I'm just leaving a little gap here for that, also because I don't want to just squish a random book next to that. Then here we have Percy Jackson, The My Murder and Kids of Appetite, which is just to fill the gap a little, but it's a standalone that I quite love. So I just put it like with some other books. This is The My Murder, which I have in Dutch, which I absolutely love. And then here behind there's Tara Mafi, and then here's my Cinder and Scarlet, And then here we have the Maze Runner, 2 of the Hunger Game books because I don't actually have all 3, and then 2 of the Divergent books because I, once again, don't actually have all 3, but it doesn't really bother me, but I don't want to throw them away because I loved these series when I was younger, so yeah, that's bookcase. Excuse the building noises in the background if you can hear them, but this is the first layer of books and then I'm almost done. So this is a stack of like more childlike middle grade books that I love and don't want to get rid of. And then here starts like the YA stuff that I don't want to necessarily need to be at the front. So Becky Albertalli, whom I love. This one, which I think is called Spellslinger in English, that I never managed to get through, but it's too beautiful to get rid of. This one, which I haven't read yet. Then all the selection series, which I love. Matched by Ali Condi, which I also really enjoyed. The French version of Phobos, which I also highly recommend. If I Stay, which I never actually read, but I've seen the movie. This one's actually signed. Then all of my John Green books. I started this one, as you can see, but never really finished it. But I also might get back to it, so I don't want to throw it away. Haven't read this one yet. Thought this would be a standalone, but it isn't, but I'm keeping it. Haven't read this one, haven't read this one, haven't read this one. I might actually see if I can get the English version of this, because honestly, I don't like this cover. And then down here we have I'll Give You the Sun, which is absolutely beautiful. Faded, which has something to do with, I think, Native American like stories. And French Kiss was a big guilty pleasure. This one's actually LGBTQ. These two are by a Polish author, I think, but I like them both. This is Philip Pullman, of course. Ransom Riggs. I've never actually read the second one. This one I haven't read. I know there's a part 2 to this, but I don't really feel like getting into it, and this one was very disappointing, but I'm keeping it anyway. Then here we have Gina Showalter, Zoe Suggs books, which I'm also keeping because of memories. This one was really good. This one I haven't read yet. I absolutely adore Laura Eve. I met her. She's amazing. Then The Smoke Thieves, which they advertise as a young adult Game of Thrones, which you shouldn't do because it never lives up to that, but if you disregard that fact, it's actually really good. Legend, I've never actually finished reading the series. This is an arc that I still need to read, but I stopped because the main character falls in love with a robot. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I might get back to this for one of my vlogs because I think it might be funny to follow me reading this one. And I know I've read this one, but I can't really remember anything about it. So, the last layer of books, Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, which I highly recommend. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, which I got from a friend for my birthday, and I read in like 2 days. This one I still have to read. This one I still have to read. This one was pretty good, but I don't think I'm going to continue the series. I really want to continue this series, but there's so many other books I haven't read yet. Guilty Pleasure. This is like a Sherlock Holmes spin-off twist thing, but it's Charlotte Holmes instead of Sherlock. Haven't read yet, but it's on my TBR for this summer. This one was pretty interesting, and I kind of want to get the sequel, but once more, I have too many books. Absolutely adore Nevernight. The reason Dark Dawn is not here is because my friend currently is borrowing that copy. I want to read this one. Been halfway through this one for like a year now or more, but I'm going to finish at some point. This one is some cool like steampunk Scottish fantasy, which is really cool. I absolutely loved Heartless. This is very strange. Very excited to read this one because it's a novella to the Aragon series that I absolutely love and reread like 3 times now. I have both the English and the Dutch copy, but I don't want to get rid of either. This one I still want to finish, but it's quite adorable. Then here's my Rainbow Rowell stuff. Only the first one, this one, because I borrowed the second and third because I wanted to read them now without buying them. I have the last one actually on my e-reader. The first 2 in the Witcher series that I both read, and I'm looking forward to getting the next one. Bunch of Fairy Swap. The reason both first ones aren't here is because my friend is borrowing them. This one was very disappointing. Absolutely adore Laini Taylor. Really want to get the second one. Still need to read this one. And then here we have Old Lord of the Rings, which I obviously read. Waiting for the 4th book in this series because I love it. And then this is a Swedish, I want to say, series about a girl who can travel into paintings. Like when she touches a painting, she travels into them, and I absolutely love these because there's a lot of like art history-ish in it. So yeah, finished result, all my series that I loved over like my teens, I guess I can say now. Then all of the like fantasy and other stuff, and then here there's all my notebooks, and then all the historical fiction and history books. Well, if you reached all the way to the end, thank you for watching. I also want to just put out that I don't really like sitting down videos as much because I don't really have a good setup for that in my room at the moment. However, I do really like filming reading vlogs because I quite like watching back what I thought of a book at the moment that I read it, because often that difference when you like have had some time to like mull it over. So I am going to be doing that some more over the summer. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.